This shit.
All right, so what we about to react to?
Shit, I know that look like Pop. My nigga back. He back. He back. You said
Is Tupac gay? That's the question we're gonna be asking while we watching this video.
Is Tupac gay? I tell you what, before this shit start, that picture he took in that tub, ass stinking naked.
It was a little spicy.
That shit was wicked. Sexy. Lovely.
In order to maintain this false reality, imposters are needed to play the roles of supposedly real people who are really just characters.
They want to pimp our communities and portray this image that they know we all can't survive and make it. And that's what I saw. Even though I was surviving in the thug life, everybody that was trying to be like me was going to jail. Dudes just want to live a character. They want to be cartoons. Everybody that was trying to be like me was going to jail. Dudes just want to live a character.
Damn, you see how they done paused on that shit? They trying to expose him like a character. Watch this.
The controllers in Hollywood know and understand that the true proficiency behind this theatrical art of sufficiently developing a character and later on playing it is to have different personalities. That way it gives these actors flexibility, which can be drawn upon and used to help them play out their roles with such conviction that the audience is convinced that they are actually that person.
YOLO, I'm the truth. Quit playing with me, boy. Quit playing with me, boy. Pick your pants up, nigga.
It was a hoax, nigga. That's Hollywood for you, niggas. Hollywood, you gotta put on a show to make money, you heard me? Fucked up, we get paid off how stupid a lot of y'all haters is. It is what it is, you know? But that's how effective my show was, nigga. I even fooled you. My own people. And I can't even tell y'all what's really going on.
So that's,
he ended up dying too.
Oh, that's nigga he smoked?
Yeah, that nigga ended up dying like a year later too.
Like natural causes?
After he said this.
Oh, he said this.
No,
got shot.
Not good at work. I even had my own people feel like, but you got an even bigger check, but this don't, it wasn't for you. You know, we know that. You feel me? It was for Interscope. It was for your people. It was for everybody that eat off you, nigga. You know, you ain't this popping because like you in that circle, you know, where you making a lot of white people pay.
In history, what two niggas you ever seen show to a fight and they both record each other on footage?
Got a point there.
Think about it.
I'm not coming to record. I'm coming to put in some work.
So you're right. I don't know though. I don't know.
That's Hollywood.
I wasn't there though.
One must remember, all of this does not only apply to Tupac. It applies for any artist within the entertainment industry. Celebrities are aware of Hollywood being scripted, but aren't allowed to say. Take Life Jennings, for example.
But the R. Kelly shit, man, you know, there's a lot of shit in that just seem weird as hell to me.
What you mean?
What's weird? What's weird?
I see, again.
Don't do it, Life. It ain't worth it.
I'm listening.
Charlamagne trying to warn the nigga.
Charlamagne trying to warn him.
I want to hear this.
It ain't worth it.
I know how this go. This music, I know how this go out.
For media training, these artists know what they can and can't say. From fake stories on TMZ to fake deaths, the truth of the matter is, they always tell us what's planned ahead of time. Let's take Jimi Hendrix for an example. He allegedly died on September 18, 1970. A song called Ballad of Jimmy was released, and it predicted Jimi Hendrix's death. The LP was credited to Jimi Hendrix and Curtis Knight. The only version I could find isn't the best quality, but listen closely, he says. That is my story. It has no end. Now Jimmy's gone, he's not alone. His memory still lives on. Like the fox that he named, though they still gained less pain. 5 years, this he said. He's not gone, he's just dead. Notice this record playing has the year release of 1968. Now let's hear the alleged Chubby Checker version.
Though Jimmy's gone, he's missed not alone. His memory still lingers on, and the thoughts that remain, though they still bring us pain. 5 years, yes, he said, he's not gone, he's just dead.
Some say after Jimmy's death, they went back into the studio and recut the song. The lyrics were altered from the original being about a girl. The focus of the song was now the best friend, Jimmy. However, the 45-inch album was dated 1968, before Jimi Hendrix's death. Now that I think about it, Ballad of Jimmy and Ballad of a Dead Soldier by Tupac, it makes sense.
Ain't nothing colder. Listen, you can hear it. The ballad of a dead soldier. This is the ballad of a dead soldier.
The point is, we're always told of these planned events ahead of time. I believe it's because if the truth is ever revealed, they can say they told us, but we didn't listen.
Look at them. They ain't put this nigga face. So these niggas is set telling you about their deaths because it's scripted. It's Hollywood scripted. So the niggas basically be like, I'll give you a lot of money for you to disappear.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
I mean,
if
shit.
one
Offer me
chooses
someone
to believe this, then there has to be in your contract. They say we're gonna fake your death, and you gotta go somewhere else, go underground or something, or go to the Bahamas, like they be trying to say. Pac is in like the DR and all these other weird places.
Or Cuba or some shit. Yeah, they did.
Or you gotta be, I don't know what, like an agent for the FBI and do some other shit. If one chooses to believe this, then you would have to believe that. Or you would have to believe that they signed their contract and they really get flocked at the end. And they literally signed off to it.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I was gonna get out and actually buy a casket and pretend to come from the dead.
Oh my God.
Because I got dead tattooed on my hand. I feel like I'm dead.
But you're not.
I'm alive, but I'm dead.
Now, on the ambush and murder of a 20-year-old rapper in Broward County, it appears 2 men were trying to rob him.
It's great, but I'm dead. So I can't answer any questions about that.
Oh, okay, so you don't want to give us a spoiler or anything like that?
I'm dead.
What about Black Panther 2? Anything?
I'm dead.
No, we're not ready for you to be dead, Chadwick.
But I am. I'm dead.
News right now.
Nigga said, but I am. I'm dead.
Black Panther 2 about to come out. He's dead. He's not in that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Actor Chadwick Boseman of Black Panther fame has died at the age of 43.
Oh.
5-time NBA champion.
Never.
Oh, shit.
I never seen that commercial in my life.
My mind is blown.
That's crazy, Woody. Hold on. Who's this nigga? Hold on, man.
Yo.
They're gonna get this nigga.
League MVP Kobe Bryant died earlier this afternoon in Los Angeles in a helicopter crash. News reports are just coming in. Among multiple victims, Kobe Bryant on that helicopter.
Look, y'all can watch. I feel so confident and so sure about the man that I am that you can watch me. You can watch me when I fall, when I cry, when I get shot, when I go to jail, when I die. You can watch it.
Shot when I go to jail, when I die, you can watch it.
Daily I've been stopping murder. Can tell you how it happened word for word. But best believe that niggas gon' get what they deserve.
The rapper was shot inside of a BMW while stopped at a red light on Koval and Flamingo. We all know the story. He then died 6 days later. The shooting happened after a Mike Tyson fight against Bruce Sheldon at MGM Grand.
September 7th, 1996 was a Hollywood cinema performance arts production filled with actors and agents who helped pull off the illusion or accomplishment of the goal of fooling the public. But let's go back and break down the meaning of all of this. Tupac started to go
He about to go crazy
under the alias Machiavelli later in his career and was under this moniker when his staged fake death occurred.
Machiavelli is the guy who faked his
Machiavellianism, which
death.
is a negative term used to characterize a devious personality who uses immoral behavior, dishonesty, and deceit in order to maintain power and fool the public. Is it a coincidence that Tupac went under this stage name and absorbed its attributes? No. September 7th, 1996 was a Machiavellian theatrical show, a grand illusion in which the public became massively fooled and deceived by a slyly arranged cunning scheme centered and orchestrated around creating the magical illusion of a hip-hop star succumbing to a tragic and violently abrupt end. This was a methodically calculated Hollywood movie production designed to underhandedly and connivingly fool the public. As we stated before, on September 7th, there was no real news channels on scene. All of the footage from that night is claimed and owned by Cotton Entertainment and Exploration Group. Exploration Group is a media administrator on a mission to help music publishers, record labels, and TV film companies. For this to be an unplanned shooting, I wonder why they kept the local news channels away and instead used a company to secure copyrights to the fake crime scene. In Machiavelli's book, The Prince, he uses the metaphor of the fox and the lion to explain the combination of cunning and strength that a political figure must possess in order to maintain control of his audience. Machiavelli stresses that a prince must learn how to imitate both the fox and the lion so that he may...
It's funny he said that fox line. That shit was in the Jimi Hendrix shit too. Jimi Hendrix said as he named the fox. That's crazy. Something about that fox.
Eerie.
The necessary attributes of these beasts when circumstances demanded. What Machiavelli means is that a prudent ruler must act as a fox in order to recognize traps, and as a lion when he must frighten off wolves.
I can't live down this big shadow that I made to protect myself. Because it started out as just being, I need to get an alter ego to keep people away from me and to protect myself, which everybody does. You know, like when somebody breaks into your house and you know he's in the house, you wouldn't go in your real voice, "Excuse me, are you breaking in my house?" You would go, "Hey, what you doing in my house?" It's the same thing that I do. You know what I mean? If you're out in the wilderness and I'm just one sheep by myself, I wouldn't go, I want to say my next song, it's called, I would go, you know, "Woo, fuck the world." You know what I mean? And that's worked. You know what I mean? And not that it's like a total facade. It's me, but it's just blown up.
Machiavelli states that the lion, in its egotism, is defenseless against traps while the fox, in its lion nature, is defenseless against wolves. Therefore, in order to properly execute a grand scheme to fool others, a political figure must mimic the behavior of both types of beasts in order to benefit from their complementary talents.
I wonder who that political figure is. That's gonna be the kicker.
And to overcome their differing weaknesses. Notice the MGM lion and the orange shirt that Tupac wore on September 7th, 1996. These two things are heavily connected. Machiavelli used the metaphor of the lion and the fox as the exemplary bestial natures to mimic in order to maintain power whilst deceiving
lion and the fox
The
is
lion
orange.
is strong and brave, but not very cunning, and the fox, with its orange fur, is cunning and easily escapes snares, but isn't very strong. The fox is not merely clever. It can recognize traps, it sees through the deceptions of others. The lion doesn't merely brawl. By its eyes and reputation, it keeps other predators at a distance. Thus you have to be both the lion and the fox so that you will have cunning and strength, fraud and force combined in order to effectively pull off an expedient scheme or hoax. But the orange and lion symbolism goes much deeper. The Leo zodiac sign is represented by the lion. Leo is a fire sign whose color is orange. Orange represents creativity, determination, attraction, success, encouragement, and stimulation. The lion symbolizes strength, courage, and leadership, as well as regal authority and ruling.
This nigga on the sun, man. This nigga on the sun.
Lions represent nobility and royalty. The color orange denotes rulership, courage, fortitude, bravery, and exultation. We see the character Tupac introduced in kingly orange garments, and we see the character Tupac exit in orange garments, symbolizing the arrival and departure of the Black Messiah.
Nigga said the Black Messiah.
This is called color magic. Colors are extremely powerful, just like numbers are. Orange is the color associated with the performance of magic, illusions, and stage arts. Orange is the color of acting and theater. The color orange carries energy vibrations that are symbolic of fire, of expanding energy, entertainment, drama, cinema, power, and the omnipotence of the sun. Orange embodies the energy of performing or acting out something to accomplish a goal. The stage crime scene was set up off of Flamingo and Koval. The street parallel to Flamingo is Harmon Avenue. The word Herman, which is composed of the elements Hari equals army and Man equals man. Herman, or Harmon, means man of the army. Harmon is equivalent to Mercury of Roman mythology or Hermes of Greek mythology. Mercury is the ruler of the Gemini. Harmon rules Gemini. Harmon is the symbol of the Gemini and Janus. Orange in numerology equals the number 33. The number 33 is a master number of universal service. It, along with 7, is the divine number of completion and perfection.
This nigga's got some shit.
That nigga dissecting a lot of information, bro.
He got some shit, boy.
This number is of an intensified vibration and potency. In spiritual numerology, the numbers 11, 22, and 33 are the 3 master numbers, the highest being 33. This highest of the master numbers represents the 33 vertebrae of the spine, and the resurrection and ascension of the Christos oil up the spine. Thus, the number 33 symbolizes the highest spiritual conscious attainable by the human being. 33 represents becoming immortal, so Tupac wearing this color in his debut video and in his last pictures represents the entrance and exit of the regal Black Messiah, the completion of his role.
When people go back to see what we was living like in 1996 and what was going on and how did we feel, I'm almost willing to bet my life, and I am bet my life, and Dog has bet his life. That is going to be our stories that they're listening to. I can guarantee.
The problem with deception is that it is so deceptive. The greatest deception is often hidden in plain sight. Most deception contains elements of truth to deceive the unwary and the ignorant. When people watch Tupac on television, they become absorbed in the performance and are so enamored by the illusory authenticity of his narrative that they believe that he is who he says he is during his duration.
This nigga said that.
This is troubling.
This nigga said Tupac wasn't who he say he is.
On the screen. At this point, when the person cannot make any sort of distinction between a persona that is on their screen and who this person may be in real life, the movie and the acting blend together and become as real as so-called reality itself. Breaking news. You were watching a movie, and Tupac just happened to be the star. And you're still watching multiple movies.
Every moment front.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
My only thing is this, is that if he was selected from the beginning, right? Because I have read things that said that, you know, the powers that be or whatever you want to call it, they feel like a Black Messiah is naturally going to be born. And this the man that's going to come and he's going to expose all the foul shit and save the world in a sense. So what rulers will want to do is create their own Messiah and give it to you. So you'll have somebody to follow who's already under their thumb. My thing is this. The way Pac came in, all them great records he got.
Yeah.
all the speeches he did and all of that. If this is true, we're talking about the most evil black man that ever lived, bro. If this is true, bro,
he would have had to been. Yeah, that's.
I've heard too many interviews of other artists, other people who say they've known him, stories about him doing great things, being a good person. Women saying they slept with him. I've heard too many stories, like people saying how, you know, they was in the studio with Biggie and Pac. Yeah. You know what I mean? And how they seemed like brothers in the beginning, and how, you know, just what up? Like, what's good with this shit? Like, like it's just confusing. So it's like if he was sent here by the powers that be, then you would have to tell me that he was the greatest actor who ever lived as well, and he kept this act around everyone, and he had bars, and he was a great actor on screen. That's what you're trying to tell me.
I think Boy looking too far into it now. Do I think what happened that night was like people knew about it and knew it was gonna happen? Yeah. Do I think
somebody had to know?
It was a Hollywood film. I do find it interesting that the only footage they got was from that company, and that company, if it checks out that company helps artists and labels
and
get
that
more
footage
hype,
is like grainy and shit.
If that's the case, though, man, that's wicked. Where was the news? That's a great fucking question. I mean, some shit. I mean, that whole situation from day one was skeptical. And it was handled poorly by the police.
Yeah, the way that shit was handled is like there will always be questions to be asked.
Yeah. So you think the nigga alive?
The most logical answer for me is what I see. I like to rely on things that I see, and what I seen was Tupac got involved with the Bloods. He got MOB tattooed on his body. He jumped the crib. And he got clipped after that. In the world of gangbanging, this happens every single day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that's if you want to base it on logic. Now, if you want to try to get woke and make assumptions based on numbers and other shit,
yeah,
nigga could go that route too. But I would like to go the most logical route with what I see.
I mean, music always been numerally advanced. You know, the albums drop on certain days for reasons and shit, and that is true.
Stuff that record labels are ahead of. We all know that record labels know and do things that the artist might not know about.
Yeah.
You're an artist. They telling you, hey, listen, your album is coming out on Friday the 15th. 5 + 1 = 6 in numerology. You might not. That might have no significance to you as an artist. They telling you when your shit come out.
They'll tell you that your shit coming out June 15th, 2022. It already passed. But think about it.
And now it equals 666. You like, hey, listen, my shit coming out. Buy my album.
And 6 is definitely a musical number. If you look at a lot of niggas' music album, mixtapes, the titles, add up the numbers, numerology. A lot of them
it's
gonna
a
be
musical 6. Number. It's a high spiritual number. It has a lot of significance. You know, there's good and bad things to say about the number 6. Shit is eerie, man. He put the shit together well. He got the right music to go with it, the right computer animated voice.
That's because he's sitting in the crib doing nothing.
Yeah. He like, this shit I'm talking about, they can't see my face for this shit.
Yeah, but they're going to find him through that IP address.
Yeah, so I thought that was going to be the Tupac is Gay one. That was the Tupac hip-hop's biggest con artist video.
Yeah.
So we going to save the Tupac is Gay video for tomorrow. You want to get that in right now?
Nah, we're going to save that, and we're going to save that other math shit. And we're going to get back to it like it's nothing to it. I'm about to go have sex.